Hi, it's me, Chio. Welcome. Today is Saturday, and that means our very first episode of Smart Money Woman Book 2 TV series. Well, okay, I know this video is not going to come out on Saturday because NEPA, PATN, electricity, anything has been a real problem for me this week. They are so fickle. And okay, no, not even fickle, because fickle means that they come and go, but they haven't come at all. So I am dealing with that. But anyways, I am shooting the video. As I said, I was going to be reading a chapter to episode. So I read the first chapter of the book, and basically the story follows the main character, Zuri, who is a middle income earner living in Lagos. Basically, the story starts off with her finding out that she's in debt because she spends way more money than she has. So she's in debt. She owes her mechanic, she owes her rent, so many things. But she's living the baby girl lifestyle. She's going out shopping. She's living at a very nice apartment and all that. And from there, we see that she's realizing that she's in debt, and her friend Tammy comes over and gives her like a little bit of gossip about some girl getting married and how other girls are living their dreams of like marrying rich and all that. And Zuri is not all about that. Her main focus is being able to manage her career because she has a good career. She's an independent woman and she just wants to succeed and live the lifestyle she believes she deserves. So that's what chapter 1 brings us into. And my first reaction reading this is, Lagos is definitely not for me. Like, I already knew Lagos was not for me, but if this is really, because I keep hearing stuff like this, but if this is really the base lifestyle for Lagos, then it's really not for me. Like, I cannot imagine myself. Like, I'm so much of a homebody. I'm so much of a save your money. Like, even when I spend on essential things, I feel cringe. Like, I feel, why am I doing this to myself? So I don't think I can live the lifestyle of going out, traveling all the time, shopping all the time. Nah, I cannot do that. I can't spend money I don't have. That's the main thing. I can't spend money that I don't have. And the beauty of where I stay is that I'm sure like there are circles that watch people to see how much they earn and all that and determine your worth by how much you spend. But like, I feel like Lagos environment, at least what I've heard about Lagos environment, both through movies and books and people's gossip, is that is it. That's the lifestyle. So if you're not keeping up with the Joneses, if you're not flashing cars and bags and shoes and all that, no one is going to take you seriously. I don't know. So yes, I cannot do the Lagos lifestyle. So yeah, I am reading the story of the first chapter and already thinking, okay, this is tragic. I cannot be this person. How do you even be this person? But then I finished reading it and I can still relate to her in the whole I don't depend on men thing. I don't want to be that person who depends on men, even if at this point where she's in debt, so she's feeling like she's in a low point in her life. She's thinking if she made the right call, if her mentality is the right mentality. Girl, your mentality is the right mentality in terms of that, not in terms of your spending, but also in terms of the spending. The book does this thing where it shows us like a lesson at the end. So the lesson is basically talking about how you can't spend more than you earn. So instead of being in debt, you should plan to understand what it is to be rich. Like, the difference between someone who's actually rich and people who are rich or struggling is like the mentality of spending versus earnings. Like, you have to, any money you have, you have to be able to invest it and save it, and tomorrow if they tell you to pay for this, you can't actually afford to pay for it, instead of just getting in debt. So that's basically what the lesson is. And if you don't understand this, I'm sorry. I don't think, I know like people go through different things, different challenges they face financially and all that, but honestly, I don't think at the age of my age range that should be like that I should have to punch so hard on this lesson for you to know not to spend more than you earn. Okay? So after reading this first chapter, I decided to finally watch the trailer, And can I just say, this trailer looks really interesting. I love the cast. I love all the people they selected for the cast. These are women that I have started seeing recently. I don't know where I was before or where they were before, but I started seeing them recently, and I love them. Their style, their acting. Oh my gosh! So I'm so excited for the cast and this series. So after watching the trailer, I decided to do another search. Okay, so here's the thing about the first episode, and this is where I get annoyed. This is where I get really annoyed. I don't know who's to blame. I will not act like I understand the movie industry or anything like that or anything, but I don't know who's to blame for this, because I remember when they announced they were going to release this series, and I knew it was coming on DSTV, but honestly, in my mind, I believed that it will not be only available on DSTV. But the funny thing, or the worst thing, or the not so funny thing is, not only was it only available on DSTV, but even for how long it aired on DSTV was such a short time. Such a short time. Honestly, I searched high and low, I searched deep and wide, I searched far, and I could not find the first episode. I couldn't find the episode 1. Like, how do I watch a series if I don't watch the first episode? It's kind of painful for me. It's like skipping the first chapter of a book and starting from chapter 2. Like, what am I doing to myself? So yes, that was painful. Like, okay, the thing is, I have access to the rest of the episodes because I recorded it on DSTV. The only unfortunate thing is that the first episode didn't record for some reason. Tragic, painful, annoying. But the first episode didn't record. So searching every other movie site that I know of, asking people where I could watch it. In fact, people were even asking me if I find I should let them know, because nobody knows where this thing is. And how do you only release it for like one time or a very short amount of time on DSTV and that's it, and we should just move on with our lives? No, make it available again. Let people watch it. And then you guys are going to come here and watch this and enjoy my own stuff, but I really wish we could all just watch it again somewhere else. But keep watching my video, because I'm going to be telling you lots of happened in the series. All spoilers, sorry, but don't worry, it's kind of stuff that if you can even watch it after it's been spoiled, like how everybody spoiled Bridgerton and everybody still watched it even if you've read the book. So yeah, kind of stuff you can watch it and hear about it a billion times and still watch it again. So you can continue watching my stuff even though you haven't watched the series. Okay. So yes, I did not watch the first episode. Instead, I was forced to do homework because I couldn't just enjoy the TV or whatever. I had to Google the what happened in the episode 1. So I had to take notes, like, oh, so this happened, and yes, that is how I was able to find out what happened in the first episode. So basically, I went into this knowing that the episode was going to be, the TV show itself was going to be far from the book. Far in the sense that the book is such a small book and it's more about like short points to get us to the lesson, but it's too short to make a series out of. Like, it was one full movie maybe, but it's too short. The chapters are too short to make a series out of. So I knew they're going to throw so much more into the storyline of it, which I'm here for. I love more than less, so I was all about that. And what happens in the first episode, we still are introduced to her life of finding out she's in debt and everything, but like, it's the way it moves. I think they delivered the story so beautifully. And in the book, the first chapter, we see when her friend comes and tells her about some random girl getting married to some random rich guy who is actually already married and in like his 50s or something. Yuck. I'm sorry, that's your life. I'm sorry. But to me, that's, yes, no. I can't be second wife to an old man. No. But do you, right? Do you? That was okay, this just happens in the book. And that's not going to cut it in movies, because we have to know that whatever we're seeing is enough to make us want to see the next. So instead of this being what they deliver, so in the first episode, I think she's coming back from a trip, and then that's how she checks her balance and realizes she's actually in debt. And her friends they also shows like things happening in her friends' lives, and Zuri's friends find out like someone is getting married. So in the TV series, this someone happened to be her boyfriend or something, whatever it is to her. So basically, they were on a break because he was not committing, and he gave that stupid line of "I'm ready for marriage, I'm not ready to settle down." But apparently, he was ready to settle down, just not with her, which is a very common thing that you realize happens to a lot of people. If someone tells you they are not ready to settle down, it's you. They are not ready to settle down with you. So any statement like that, if the person is not a teenager, that is your cue to run away. Only kids are not ready to settle down. But even some kids know that when they're dating someone, this is the person they want to be with in the future. But if a grown-ass man working that has a life or whatever tells you he's not ready to settle down, he's the most unserious human being in this world, and you should run. So anytime I see someone like that, do not end up with, anytime I say a girl will not end up with a guy like that, I can't feel bad for you. I'm one, blaming you because like you're sad. I'm like, it's your own fault for not seeing that. And on second hand, I'm happy for you because you avoided that rubbish of a human being. So basically, this is what happens. So she goes to confront the guy, and the guy is trying to make her feel like it's her fault, and says that the break, that they want to break, which means they broke up. That's not what a break means. A break means let's take a chill pill. But seriously, I don't think breaks are advisable. What are you going to do when you're married? Are you going to be taking breaks when you have disagreements? Yeah, you can't just be taking breaks. You have to work at a problem together, or know that it's not working. But yes, if someone says they're on a break, unless you say no, we're breaking up, the other person is going to think you're actually on a break and figuring things out. You cannot date someone else or be with someone else because that's cheating. Okay. As she's learned that lesson, she finds out that the guy is getting married to someone else, and not only that, her rent is due, so her landlord has come over to disturb her for it. And not only that, but the stress of all this has affected her job performance, so she's being berated by her boss, and she goes to the mechanic. No, she goes to get fuel or something, and like car stalls. So this is kind of like the what's the phrase, the straw. This is the last straw that broke the camel's back. This is the last straw, but there's a guy that looks all rich and stuff that comes up to her, and she takes out her frustration on him. You know what that means? It's like that's like same old love story, plot of the anger at that point when you meet someone new, and we know there's something juicy about to happen. Let's see if that happens. But yeah, that's basically what it's that scene is foreshadowing. But basically, this is what happens in the first episode. So yes, as I said, I knew the book was going to be very different from the TV series. And so this is not the book is better kind of situation, because I know they cannot compare it that way. So my only comparison to go off is like the elements that were actually introduced in the book, if they deviated from the series. I know one of the elements they introduced was Zuri's friend. I think it's Tammy. She is they described her as petite and everything. I remember like, I wonder who they're going to cast for this. And luckily they casted the cast seemed right, at least in looks. I've not seen in acting yet, although I know these people are good actors and stuff. But for this series, I have not seen the acting if it matches how I felt about the characters in the book yet. But the casting seems right. Imagine if Zuri described her friend as petite, and in the TV series her friend is bigger than her. Like, I can be a big person and you describe me as petite, but if you're describing me as petite, you have to be bigger than me, you get? So yeah, that's how I felt about it, and thank God the casting was good, so I know that I'm looking forward to the second episode, and this one I'm going to actually watch it. Then another thing I noticed that was different is the debt. I can't remember exactly how much she was in debt in the book, maybe 1 to 2 million, and in the TV series that debt is increased by a lot. I don't know if they didn't think she was broke enough in the book. They had to make her even worse. So that's what happens in the that's what happens in the TV series. Actually, I think it's because of like time frame between when the book and TV series came out, and inflation and all that jazz about money and stuff. So I'm actually excited to watch the rest of the series. It sounds like it's an interesting easy to watch kind of show, and it comes with life lessons, financial lessons, that I know like we all have to listen to, but at the same time, I'm not here for the financial lessons. But the lesson was there: don't spend more money than you earn, and also instead of just spending to spend, put money into investing into stuff so you can secure your future. So that's what the first lesson is, which they also mentioned in the first episode. And that is it for the first episode of Smart Money Woman. I'm actually really excited for it because I have been waiting I cannot wait for more Nigerian books and stuff to be turned into movies. And this is a great one. I know we have like, what's it called? Chimamanda's book, Half of a Yellow Sun, and maybe another stuff I can't think of at this point, and some stage plays. We've never had something like this, so this is exciting to see. And that's it for my video today. If you've liked this video and you cannot wait to actually see what happens in this, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe and share this video and turn on the notification bell somewhere below. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.